Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for this live presentation of high school baseball on TableRockSports.net. We're live from Jim Maccabee Field at North Medford High School. We're getting set for a non-conference matchup between the Titans of West Salem and the North Medford Black Tornado. Glad you could join us. Jim McCoy here along with Dan Hartwell on the camera. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. We're starting out a little bit early today. We're anticipating here any moment now they'll be doing senior recognition. Yeah, it's always good to pick that up for posterity. You never know when somebody, grandparent or relative or whatever, might be following the game from out of town, get a chance to see those seniors get recognized and have it as a matter of record. I want to remind you that you can subscribe to Table Rock Sports via YouTube. And once you sign on to that, you get notifications of when games go live. And then you get a reminder, of course, you get to see the playback on it later. I know sometimes we've got some games where we'll have the live audience, and then long afterward we'll end up with views just going out the window days later, especially if you had a game full of highlight plays. And for Dan and I, this is our third game in 3 days. Just a couple days ago, we were out covering North Medford softball and watched the Black Tornado take on Sherwood. Saw 4 home runs fly out of the park in that game as we were watching from our vantage point in right center field. And yesterday, non-conference battle. And this is about that time for the teams that are playoff bound. They try to get some tune-ups in, take on some tough competition, try to keep their rankings in the OSAA power rankings to help with seeding intact. And yesterday it was Cascade Christian from the 3A taking on Crater from the 5A. The Comets cruised to victory on that one behind 3 strong pitching performances on the day. And then here today we've got the Black Tornado, and again it's senior recognition day. The Black Tornado ended up in a third place tie in the Southwest Conference standings, and Roseburg held the tiebreaker on that one. But this will be a great opportunity today to watch these fine young athletes in action. Should be a lot of fun. To me, no season is complete without at least one date out here at Jim Maccabee Field. Of course, North Medford. So much rich tradition in this program. Even on their down years, they're pretty doggone competitive. They're out there looking in center field. Looks like they're going to go ahead and wet things down just a little bit. Get the little bit of the dust out of it. Got West Salem wearing black uniforms with green numerals, green shoulders and sleeves, and white pants. And they're going to go ahead and make their way back to their dugout. And now, like I say, right here, we'll get ready for senior recognition today. The public address announcer for North Medford, familiar name in Greg Roberts, here today to announce the festivities and the goings-on. And we're grateful to bring it to you. And of course, also we're grateful for our sponsors that help make these presentations available to you free of charge. And that includes Justin Lombardi and the folks at Lithia Dodge Jeep Chrysler. They're our game center sponsor, and they've been affiliated with Table Rock Sports for a number of years and continue to help bring that your way. And of course, we think of some of our other sponsors such as Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less, who have been a part of Table Rock for so many years. And that would also include Steve Vincent and the good folks over at Avista Utilities who've been on board with us for the last 15 years. Doing a few last-minute treatments on the infield here. I think what we'll go ahead and do is sneak away for a quick timeout, and then we'll bring you senior recognition as soon as it starts. See if they jump in after the song ends. Well, it looks like we're going to wait a second here, so we'll go ahead and go to break and be right back.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Welcome back to Jim McAbee Field. Jim McCoy along with Dan Hartwell getting ready for Senior Recognition Day. The visiting West Salem Titans come in with a record of 9-17. They're coming off a 2-1 victory on Tuesday at home against South Medford. But overall, been kind of a tough year in the Central Valley Conference for the Titans. They had a losing streak going at one point of 8 games before they broke that up with a victory against South Salem back on the 13th last week. Meanwhile, the North Medford Black Tornado come in with an overall record of 14-11.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and today is Senior Recognition Day for Black Tornado Baseball. We appreciate the seniors, their commitment to the team, their leadership on the team, and we also deeply appreciate the commitment that their parents show to the program as well. And so we are going to bring out our 3 seniors, beginning with Connor Roush. He is a one-year varsity letterman this year. Parents joining him. All right, so we're getting parents and grandparents here and organized, ready to go.
Coach Brett Wolf taking the field, and you just heard from Greg that they're getting the parents and the grandparents situated. Big moment for these guys, as Greg had talked about. It's been a family affair for these guys through their years and their commitment to baseball. And that commitment, yeah, it's not just the athletes, but it's the families as well. A lot of long road trips, a lot of busy weekends, and of course, athletes not only playing their favorite sports, but also trying to keep up in the classroom and It's a year-round effort.
Okay, now we're
Here we
ready to go with our senior recognition for Black Tornado Baseball. And again, our three seniors, beginning with Connor Roush. Connor is a varsity letterman this year. His greatest baseball moment, the Portland tournament his junior year. He is joined by parents Paquisha Guerrero, Victor Guerrero, Charlie Roush, Kristen Roush, and great-grandma Nadine Webster. And Connor's future plans are to travel and see the world. Our next senior will be Colston Stoller and his parent Tanya Stoller. Colston is a 3-year varsity letterman. His favorite baseball moment, hitting his first home run when I was 10, and everyone cheered for me and gave my mom a hug after the game. Future plans for Colston are to go to attend Corbin University to pursue sports and recreation management. He is also committed to play baseball at Corbin. And our final senior, Benny Morgan. Benny is a 3-year varsity letterman. He is joined by Mike Morgan and Sarah Babb and his brother Colton Morgan. His favorite baseball moment, hitting my first varsity home run my sophomore year in Portland and immediately running to my brother. His future plans, he's moving to Utah to work at Park City Ski Area, and then says possibly in the military to become a diesel mechanic. Once again, our Black Tornado seniors, Benny Morgan, Colston Stoller, and Connor Roush. And now our scorekeeper and her 94 years young mother, Hurricane Carlene, have a special presentation for our seniors. Once again, a big thank you to our Black Tornado Baseball seniors and their families.
So our hats off to the Black Tornado seniors, 3 of them on this year's squad. And we'll be excited to see what life holds in store for them next. For them, while one chapter begins to come to a close, a new chapter begins. As we heard, Colston has plans to play baseball at the next level. And meanwhile, Connor has some travel plans and some ambitious ones at that. And then Benny Morgan, he'll be heading off to Utah, and possibly his plans may involve going into the military. You'll just never know where they'll turn up. We're about a couple of minutes away from first pitch. See the coaches beginning to assemble at home plate with the umpiring crew. West Salem under the direction of Taylor Blair. His assistants, Travis Chaddock, Brady Rudiger, and Brandon Benedict. For North Medford, fixture in the Medford sports scene for several years, back in town, leading the program, Brett Wolf, and he's assisted by John King. And for those of you who like following Medford baseball, King, the manager for the Medford Mustangs, and they'll have their season coming up soon. And another assistant, North Medford alumni, Austin Zavala. Well, while they go over directions at home plate and have that final discussion, this will give us opportunity to take a quick break. We thank you for watching here on TableRockSports.net. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Titans taking on your North Medford Black Tornado.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Starting lineups are being introduced. And let's check out the batting order for the visiting Titans. Leading off and playing right field will be Ryan Laro. Hitting second and playing catcher will be Jaden Davison. In the number 3 spot will be the pitcher, Dallin McDonald. In the cleanup spot will be the first baseman, Wyatt Williams. Jackson Olson is the DH, and he'll hit 5th. He'll be followed in the order by Jack Hansen, playing second base. Tommy Kenny will be the shortstop. He'll be followed in the order by the number 8 hitter, Kennard Giutello, playing third base. And hitting ninth, playing center field, is Andrew Blair. Playing left field as kind of a flex player is Trip Gear. Now taking a look at the starting lineup for the North Medford Black Tornado. It'll look like this. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Braden Poff. Actually, it'll be Benny Morgan who's playing shortstop. The number 2 hitter is the center fielder, Braden Poff. Hitting third, playing catcher is Brady Patterson. The cleanup man is the first baseman, Quincy Ballard. Hitting 5th and pitching will be Cade Pedersen. Hitting 6th and playing third base is Reese Thompson. He'll be followed in the order by the senior left fielder, Colston Stoller. Connor Roush will hit 8th and play right field, and the number 9 hitter is second baseman Kyson Scheid. Time for the national anthem. All right, team's getting set to take the field.
For your support of North Medford High School baseball.
And for the Black Tornado, defensively, this is how they will set up. Over at first base will be Quincy Ballard. Handling second base will be Kyson Scheid. Third baseman is Reese Thompson, and the shortstop, Benny Morgan. The outfield from left to right, Colston Stoller. They have Braden Poff in center field. And over and right will be Connor Roush. The battery, Brady Patterson behind the plate. And today's starting pitcher will be the left-hander, Cade Pedersen. Pedersen, versatile athlete. Not only can he pitch, but he swings a pretty wicked stick. We got a chance to watch him do his thing in American Legion baseball last year, and I don't recall how it held up at the end of the season, but he was the team leader, at least for much of the season, as he's a guy who can hit one out of the park. First three due up will be Ryan Larrow, the right fielder, Jaden Davison, the catcher, and Dallin McDonald, the pitcher. Teams playing for pride today in this non-conference tilt. Of course, for the Black Tornado, for their three seniors, well, they would like to go ahead and put up a win for the guys as they play their final game here at Jim Maccabee Field. Larrow, the right fielder, right-handed hitter, standing in against the left-hander, Pedersen. He'll wind and fire. Strike one. Black Tornado coming in with an overall record of 14-11. Swing and a miss, strike two. Pedersen looking sighted in here. Three pitches, three strikes, one gone.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Davison.
Now here's Jaden Davison, the catcher. Pitch fouled back to the screen. So Pedersen promptly gets ahead 0-1. And there's another pitch for strike 2. Davison gets a piece of that. Hits it foul. Stays alive at 0-2. Davison, a junior. Pedersen, a junior. Ball popped up behind us. That'll end up in the gravel lot, and the count remains at 0-2. Next pitch, and that is the first miss of the day for Pedersen. Up till that, every pitch he had thrown had been a strike. But we got a 1-2 count, so he still got the advantage at this point. Pitch up and in. Patterson appeals to the first base umpire. No swing. 2-2 the count. Pitch a little outside. The count full at 3-2. And Davison, who started out behind in the count,
Now batting the pitcher,
works his way to a bases on balls. He'll go down to first. So man aboard for the pitcher, Dallin McDonald. McDonald, right-handed hitter. One of 10 seniors on this West Salem squad. There, we got your John L. Scott scoreboard up to date. 1-0 count to the hitter. Man on first. That pitch in the dirt. That's going to get away from the pitcher, from the catcher, Patterson. Down to second. In scoring position is Davison. McDonald the hitter with Wyatt Williams on deck. Advantage McDonald with the 3-0 count. First base now open. And he'll catch the inside corner. McDonald taking all the way on that one. And patience pays off for McDonald.
Number 8, Wyatt Williams.
That'll send McDonald down to first. Wyatt Williams, opportunity to get the Titans out front. Throw down to second, not in time. Good looking idea, and both these runners, Davison and McDonald, they looked like they were looking to run. But now we'll get a visitor from the Black Tornado dugout. Pedersen, who looks so promising in his work against Laro, has run into a little bit of control difficulty. Walked 2 hitters. And now the count 1-0 to Williams. 1 gone in the inning, with runners at first and second. Everybody will go back to their stations. Scheid to second base. Morgan to shortstop. And Thompson to third. Call inside on the pitch to McDonald. 2-0. There, Patterson goes to the outside, and he picks up a strike. 2-1 pitch. McDonald fouls it off. We're level at 2-2. Hotter weather today here in the Rogue Valley than yesterday, the last couple of days. Weatherman forecast for temperatures in the upper 80s, and here Williams strikes out swinging. The second K of the inning for Patterson. And here's the DH, Jackson Olsen. Lefty versus lefty. Patterson gets this one over to get ahead in the count. Fouled off. Patterson working himself out of a bit of a jam here in the first inning. Olsen ends up beating that into the turf. 0-2 count with 2 out. And the ball, a bouncer hit foul down the first base line. Ballard will pick it up and throw it back in. For West Salem. It's been kind of an up and down season in terms of offensive production. So things looking pretty promising for them here in the first inning as they got to a board via the walk. Bouncing ball hit down to second. Scheid lines it up, throws it over to first. Ballard closes the mid on it, and that will retire the side. 4-3 on the ground out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits. 2 men left aboard. We'll be back with the home half of the first inning right after these messages.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
Here at Jim Maccabee Field, we're starting to get our first look at the Black Tornado offensively. It'll be Benny Morgan, Braden Poff, and Brady Patterson, the first 3 in the order, to go to work against Dallin McDonald. Morgan, one of 3 seniors recognized before the start of the game. And by the way, if you weren't here or may have missed it, we did record that at the beginning of our broadcast today. So for friends and family of Morgan, Roush, and also for Stallard, we'll have that there. As McDonald starts out with the ball. Morgan, pitch up and in on the hands. That's what you want from your leadoff hitter. I want to make the pitcher throw pitches, and here on the 2-0 pitch, grounder to short. Throw across the infield is in time.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2.
Play goes from Kenny to Williams, and there's one gone. 6-3 on the ground out. And here's center fielder Braden Poff. McDonald comes to the plate. Ball popped up in the air, wide of first base. Our view obscured over there. So again, you're going to get a chance to see, but judging from the strike, unable to make the play. That kind of hung out there and was headed over in the direction of the fence down the right field line. So it's 0-1 to Poff, the center fielder, right-handed hitter, working against the right-handed pitcher. Makes contact on the play there, eats up the first baseman, and Poff is aboard.
Now batting the catcher, number 14, Brady Patterson.
So they're going to go ahead and credit Poff with the infield hit. And this will bring up the lefty hitting catcher, Brady Patterson. And there, hits it to right field. Laro there to make the catch.
Number 8, Quincy Ballard.
F9 on the play, and here is Quincy Ballard, the freshman. A couple months ago, working a game with Kyle Clements, got to see Ballard pitch some. That seems like 100 years ago now. Ballard showing bunt. Pulls it back. The runner will take off. The throw wide of the bag. Gets away. And now we'll have a runner diving into third. So Poff gets 2 for the price of 1 as he not only takes second, but on the play, it gets away and he motors down to third. So Ballard with an RBI opportunity here. He's ahead in the count, 1-0 with 2 gone. Ballard knocks it foul. Wide of the bag. And it's 1-1. Ball hit in the air to left center field.
For the Black Tornado in the bottom of the
You have Gear and Blair converging on it. Gear makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So for the Black Tornado, no runs, 1 hit. And the man left on will be back with the top of the second following these messages on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Patterson opens up with a strike. Here as we begin, the top of the second. Hanson, the left-handed hitter, Ball popped up out of play. Advantage Pedersen now with the 0-2 count. Now here, ball gets away on the strike and motoring down to first. Hansen gets aboard.
Shortstop number 3, Tommy Kinney.
Unofficially, we'll call it a strikeout in a passed ball. Of course, they don't get the out on it. Ball, play at first, and the runner is safe. Kenny legging that one out. Good hustle there down the line. So a pair of runners on with nobody out. And here's Sotelo. So once again, the Titans threatening. Sotelo shows bunt. Pedersen delivers for the strike. It's 0-1. Sotelo showing bunt, and a good one at that. Only play will be to first. Their throw a little bit high by Pedersen, but Ballard able to step on it on time. But the sacrifice successfully executed. So with that, Hansen will move to third, Kenny to second. And here's the number 9 hitter, Andrew Blair. Pitch inside for a ball. 1-0. It'll be lefty against lefty here. 2-0 the count. And this is usually where they'll say in the percentages of baseball that the lefty pitcher will have the advantage over the lefty hitter. I don't know if that's always necessarily the case. In theory, the lefty, the right-handed hitter would have a little bit more of advantage in terms of seeing the breaking ball. But here, no matter, Blair will take a walk down to first.
Number 10, Ryan Laro.
This will be the third base on balls that the Titans have drawn in the game, and now this will bring up Ryan Laro. Golden opportunity here with the bases loaded and one out. Pitch catches the inside corner. Pedersen with the Sherwin-Williams job to paint the corner and draw the count even at 1-1. Pitch down and in. Nowhere to go with Laro. A walk here would bring in a run. There, Pedersen will even it up. The strike there takes it to 2-2. Pitch upstairs. And we got the count at 3-2. Laro, the right-handed hitting right fielder, fouls it off. He stays alive in the at-bat. And there's a called strike 3. A big out there for Pedersen.
The catcher, number 2, Jaden Davison.
And now this will bring up Jaden Davison. In the first, he drew a walk. Patterson had him 0-2, but the patience for Davison resulted in a walk. Patterson throwing strikes here, and now he's ahead at 0-1. Breezy afternoon here in Medford. And a play at the plate.
For West Salem in the top of the second. No runs, one
No
hit.
runs, no hits, no errors. Two runners left on, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. It remains a scoreless ball game as the Black Tornado dance with danger but get away unscathed. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Black Tornado, the pitcher, number 9, Kate Patterson.
Cade Pedersen will lead things off here in the bottom of the second. Pedersen showing patience at the plate here, ahead 2-0 in the count. Pedersen, when he's not pitching, plays first base, and we'll also see him play some outfield too. Here, makes contact with it, way out there, that'll drop in. It goes to the fence. Pedersen motors around first, goes past second, and now he's going to come in sliding at third, and he's safe. Now, if you ask me, as much as people love the home run, to me, the most fun is to watch somebody hit a triple. And Pedersen's just done it right there. You get the power and you get the speed and athleticism. He'll come out for the courtesy runner, which you can do in the high school ranks.
And now batting the third baseman, number 11.
We got a player wearing number 17. I'll have to check my... So here, Pedersen with the leadoff triple. RBI opportunity for Reese Thompson. Pitch in the dirt. Davison doing a good job of corralling that and keeping Pedersen from any designs of coming home. 3-0 the count. Runner on third with nobody out. Right-handed hitter awaits the pitch, and this one's going to get away. Pedersen's going to go ahead and motor in home. That becomes a live ball. In that situation, Pedersen ends up
Now batting the left
running
fielder,
home.
Senior number 13, Colston Stoller.
And Pedersen scores the run. So Thompson aboard with the walk. Colston Stoller, one of the seniors honored today. Throw over to first. Now Thompson has visual evidence that he has played today. Little infield dirt, or maybe a lot of infield dirt. Now Stoller gets a hold of this one, and he drives that well. That's going to go to the fence. Thompson's going to come around third, throw into the infield. Stoller goes extra bases, gets the RBI as Thompson comes motoring home. So the Black Tornado with a pair of hits in the inning. Thompson, who had gone on a walk, came around and scored. Connor Roush. McDonald hitting that inside corner. Oh, and 1 the count. Roush, the Black Tornado right fielder. And that one hit foul out of play behind us. McDonald with the advantage at 0-2. Here, Roush retired, and there's one gone in the inning. Kyson Scheid will hit. The number 9 hitter in the order for the Black Tornado. Scheid making good contact on that one. That's going to go over the head of the left fielder. Coming around and scoring is Stoller. And it's a 3-0 ball game. Kyson Scheid with the 3rd extra base hit of the inning. Picks up the RBI as Stoller scores. And to the top of the order we go with Benny Morgan. Morgan grounded out his first time up. He's got a runner at second. 1 out in the inning. Black Tornado staking themselves to a 3-0 lead. Morgan, off-speed pitch, rides inside on him. Backs off of that. 1-0 the count to the senior shortstop. Looks at a pitch outside, and that goes 2-0. And our expectations, my guess is we will see him wearing the Mustangs uniform in the summer. 2-0 the count. Going to see a lot of tournament action. I was talking with Dwayne Patterson, Brady's dad, before the game. Of course, I always remember the Coach K tournament, but also we'll have some postseason regional action down here. State tournament coming up in late July. So we're looking forward to that. So if you like baseball, watching the young guys play, those who play for the love of the game, be sure you keep your eyes open for the sports calendar coming up on that. Ball hit to center field. That one's going to drop in for the base hit. Morgan will get aboard. Moving up will be Kyson Scheid to third. Benny Morgan just drops that in.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2.
So we got runners at the corners. Braden Poff. He hit an infield single, stole a base, and then advanced on an errant throw. With one gone, he'd love to try to make some contact here at the very least and bring the man at third home. McDonald comes to the plate. Zeroes that one in to start out ahead in the count. Poff looking over at Coach Brett Wolf. McDonald sizing up the runners. Looks like he's going to throw, but he doesn't. He'll look over at Morgan, the man on first, comes to the plate. Poff laying down the bunt. Beats it foul. And the count goes 0-2. And there they get the runner picked off, so we have a rundown. The lead runner will come home, so they get that out of it. Still working on Morgan. Morgan slides, kind of skids in the dust, and then they get the trailing runner, however, out of it. The Black Tornado pick up a run. And now it's a 4-0 ball game. But with Morgan picked off and the runner coming home, Scheid. The bases are clear. Have an 0-2 count as we bring our John L. Scott scoreboard up to date. 0-2 with 2 out. Here comes the pitch upstairs. 1-2. Sometimes you'll see a pitcher try to get a batter fishing with something that might be just off the edges there. But that's kind of a no-doubter in terms of a pitch to take. 1-2. Bouncing ball down to third base. Throw across the infield.
For the Black Tornado in the bottom of the second.
Williams having to kind of reach there on the throw from Sotelo, but he reels it in, and that'll retire the side, but not before the Black Tornado score 4 in the inning on 4 hits. We'll be back with the top of the third after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
123 right now at Abby's. Abby's BLT celebration is on. 1. Grab a large for under $20. 2. Go giant and get 50% more pizza. 3. Sauce it up with our new signature sauces. Now that's legendary. Our BLT pizza is loaded with 2 kinds of bacon, fresh lettuce, juicy tomatoes, and real cheese, all on our hand-rolled dough. Celebrate birthdays, graduations, and sports parties for less with our BLT. It's as easy as ABC. Order now at abbys.com.
Luxurious Karastan flooring. The flooring you need to live beautifully. With the National Karastan Month Style Meets Savings event, get the lowest prices of the year on all luxurious Karastan flooring and save up to $1,000 or more. Plus, ask about special no-interest financing. Elevate your home during National Karastan Month Savings with Style, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
Here at Jim McAbee Field, Black Tornado now, thanks to a 4-run second, have a 4-0 lead. West Salem has had some opportunities. They have threatened. They had a couple of runners in the first, and the bases loaded in the second, but have yet to put a run on the board. Jaden Davison, the hitter. He was up when we had the play at the plate last inning. And he's ahead here 1-0. Pedersen pours that one in. He evens it up at 1-1. Pitch will dip out on the outside. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Back to the screen it goes. Level up at 2-2. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the third. A foul tip there. Strike three.
Now batting the pitcher, number 11, Dallin McDonald.
Of course, this is strictly unofficial, but we've got Pedersen at 4 strikeouts on the day. Pitch inside to Dallin McDonald, who drew a walk in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Here he gets ahead of the pitcher. Now a 2-0 count. Pitch inside, works the hitter's count at 3-0. So McDonald, we expect he'll be sitting and waiting on this one. And his patience is rewarded as McDonald draws his second walk of the day. So 1 on with 1 gone. Wyatt Williams, who struck out his first at-bat, comes to the plate. Pedersen working that inside corner, gets the strike, gets ahead of the hitter. On deck, Jackson Olsen. Throw over to first. Hot day like today, dusty conditions. Whoever's doing laundry will be busy. There, a throw over to first. Good throw there by Pedersen, but the runner back in time. Dallin McDonald, the runner at first base. A 1-1 count. And there, that'll get underneath the glove of the third baseman, Thompson, for a base hit. For West Salem, that'll be their second hit of the day. Now we've got a runner in scoring position.
Now batting designated hitter number 15, Jackson.
So McDonald moves down to second. The Titans with Williams getting aboard. And there, down to third, Thompson throws to second. And the pitcher's best friend, the double play. And that'll retire the side. So West Salem comes away empty-handed after threatening. It still remains a 4-0 ball game. We'll be back with the home half of the third inning right after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Go to the bottom of the third. Black Tornado with a 4-0 lead.
For the Black Tornado, the catcher, number 14, Brady
84 degrees here on the sunny afternoon here in Medford, Oregon. We got some breeze kicking up here. Tell you what, it sure played a factor in the softball game we called over at Vinny's yard a couple of days ago. Saw Sherwood hit 3 out, and for you Black Tornado fans, we saw J.C. Russell Tyler end up going yard as well. Brady Patterson leading off. He'll be followed in the order by Quincy Ballard and Cade Pedersen. 2-0 pitch. Low and in, 3-0. And one of the things I remember about covering some American Legion baseball last summer is that Pedersen is one of those hitters that will do a good job of waiting for something that he likes. And here, doesn't find anything to his liking, and he'll earn the walk.
The first baseman, number 8, Quincy Ballard.
So far on the day, 2 walks issued by McDonald. Ballard flew out to left his first time up, back in the first inning. Takes a little shimmy shake out away from that pitch. The freshman. A tall one. I worked at the middle school he went to, and he's always been kind of a tall one. One-oh pitch. Ballard will watch that one away, and he's got the 2-0 advantage right now with Patterson, the runner at first. McDonald from the stretch comes to the plate. He gets a strike on this one as the count goes 2-1. Nobody out in the inning thus far on the day. North Medford 4 runs on 5 hits. And now we got the runner picked off. Little rundown going. And once again, we see runner kind of get hung up and slips on the base paths. And that will retire Patterson. So there's one down for the Black Tornado. That is the second time that this has happened in the game. So Ballard down with the bases clear. And the count even at 2-2. The hometown faithful letting the man behind the plate hear about it. McDonald comes to the plate. Ballard fouls that one off. Left-handed hitter, slightly open stance with his right foot closer to first than his left. Here we have a full count at 3-2. So Ballard making the pitcher throw. Payoff pitch from McDonald. And Ballard will draw the walk.
Now batting the pitcher, number 9, Cade Patterson.
So now Cade Patterson, who tripled in his first at-bat. We'll see here if he can't pick up the runner, Ballard, who goes down to first. So Patterson, 1 for 1 with a run scored today. Black Tornado had 3 extra base hits back in the second. Pitch down and in. And let's get that scoreboard up to date. Shall we? 1-0 the count. Runner at first. 1 gone. Throw over to first. Not in time. Ballard gets back in time. Patterson stands in. Now you see in his case, he's got a relatively even stance, even though his left foot's just a wee tad closer to the plate. And now, meanwhile, that pitch gets away. Ballard moves up the line. He's in scoring position now. Patterson awaits the pitch. And that one almost hits it through the mid of the first baseman. And Ballard will come around and score. Looks like they're going to award Patterson second base, which, without the benefit of having the umpiring crew
now batting the third baseman, number 11,
mic'd
Reese
up,
Thompson.
I think what they're going to say, by virtue of the first baseman being in the path, that he was impeding his progress. A rough translation there. And so they award him second base. Right now, Titans Brain Trust having a little discussion with the home plate umpire. And you can go out and talk things over. The head coach for the Titans, Taylor Blair. Now, this is just an opinion, and we know what opinions are worth. I think maybe that and $3 will get you a cup of coffee at Dutch Bros, but at least from here, looking late in the play, it looked like Patterson had shouldered the first baseman pretty good. I think the case that they would be making is that this doesn't happen if the first baseman isn't in the base path. Patterson talking with some members of the Titan infield. So a lot of discussion, and things stay as they were with the runner Patterson down at second base. And here's Reese Thompson. RBI opportunity with his team leading now 5-0. Patterson's hit brought Ballard home. McDonald starts out with a strike against the Black Tornado third baseman. Thompson drew a walk and scored in his first at-bat. McDonald comes to the plate. That one up and in. 1-1 count with one out. McDonald looks at the runner and fakes the throw over there. The count and mouse game that goes on. Swing and a miss. Thompson take a big cut at that one. It's a 1-2 count. McDonald from the stretch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3.
Now batting the left fielder.
2 down in the inning.
Colston Stoller.
By our unofficial count, we have McDonald with a pair of strikeouts. Now here's Colston Stoller. 1 for 1 on the day. He had an RBI double and scored last inning. McDonald comes inside with pitch. Pedersen looks like he's got his oven mitt on there on his right hand, those new fangled sliding gloves. Try to keep from chewing up your hands and chewing up your batting gloves, I guess. That is one thing that has definitely changed in this game over the years, is the amount of gear that a baseball player has. I mean, back in my day, you know how that story goes. Back in my day, we had our gear. We had like our bat and our glove, and maybe some kids, if they're going to get fancy, maybe they would get their batting gloves, and that was kind of pretty much about it. There's a strike as the count goes 2-1, but now there's a lot more stuff. Ball hit up in the air to center field. Awaiting the ball and making the catch, Andrew Blair.
1 run, 1 hit.
That'll retire the side.
1 runner left on.
Black Tornado, as you can see on your John L. Scott scoreboard, leading this one 5-0. We'll be back with the top of the 4th in 60 seconds.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Top of the 4th, Black Tornado with the 5-0 lead. West Salem has threatened a couple of times, but as you can see, you still have the goose egg up on the scoreboard.
Number 6, Jack Hansen.
And Jack Hansen will come to the plate. Hansen struck out but got a board on a passed ball. Or a wild pitch, depending upon how you rule it. There's the strike as Pedersen gets ahead 0-2. That one hit foul, lands in the batter's box that Hansen is occupying. Hansen followed in the order by Tommy Kenny, Kennard Sotelo, ball call, makes it 1-2. Pedersen called strike 3, and there's one gone. So Hansen retired.
Number 3, Tommy Kenny.
Tommy Kenny, who singled in his first at-bat, comes to the plate. Titan shortstop. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Looked like Pedersen might have taken just a little something off of there. And he catches the inside corner. 2 up, 2 down via the strikeout.
Batting the third baseman, number 14, Conrad Sotelo.
By our count, young Mr. Pedersen has 7 strikeouts on the day. Here, Sotelo, who sacrificed last time up, laid down a really nice bunt. Here he'll yank that one foul over in the direction of the Titan dugout. Oh, we stand at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. That one dips down low as the count goes 2-2. Thus far in the game, in 3 2/3, Pedersen's only allowed 2 hits. Walks have been a little bit of trouble, but not this inning. He'll strike out the side. And so we go to the bottom of the 4th, and we'll be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Connor Roush, Black Tornado right fielder, will lead things off. He'll be followed by Kyson Scheid, and then back to the top of the order, and Benny Morgan. The Black Tornado with 4 in the second and 1 in the third. Collected 6 safeties so far on the day. And here, Roush will yank that one foul. 0-1 in the home half of the 4th inning. We are halfway there. Black Tornado in search of their 15th victory of the season. Offering outside from McDonald. Roush struck out in his first at-bat. Ball hit in the air. Waiting on it. Ryan Laro made himself a sandwich, opened up a can of Coke, and makes the play. And there's one gone. Kyson Scheid hit an RBI double and scored. Good day so far for him. And he's crouched in there like a hitter. You know, there's guys that they just look like a hitter, and that's Scheid. Got that bat cocked up there like he's got it on a spring, ready to release it. Pitch outside. Scheid.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1.
Draws the walk. Runner on first with one gone, and back to the Black Tornado, the top of their order. Benny Morgan, 1 for 2 on the day. Singled his last time up. Got caught in a rundown. Morgan looking to make some memories here on Senior Recognition Day. This is a relatively young Black Tornado team. A lot of juniors on the squad. So Coach Wolf will have a lot to work with next year in terms of experience here. Pitch inside. Throw over to first. And you can't blame the Titans. They've had some success catching Black Tornado runners in rundowns. They've caught 2 today that way. Throw to first. Well, if you got a pitcher that's got the moves, even me as a left-hander, I was more like the John Lester school where I could throw over all I wanted, but I really wasn't fooling much of anybody. Ball hit foul out of play. Count will go 1-1. Morgan. McDonald, the pitcher, goes over to first. Doing some things you cannot do in the majors anymore. They'll limit how many times you can go over to first these days. Not in high school. Pitch down. Now the runner's going to take off. Throw down to second base. A little bit wide of the bag. So Scheid advances to scoring position. That last pitch goes for a ball. So Morgan ahead in the count here. From the stretch, ball hit in the air to left center field. Gear has to run back on that and then takes a couple of steps back in, and then he makes the play. So F7 on the fly out. Here's 2 away. And here's Braden Poff. Poff got an infield hit his first time up and grounded out in his second. 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, glances off the glove, and that actually ends up glancing off of two gloves. And now coming around, coming home. Kyson Scheid scores on the play to make it 6-0.
Now batting the catcher, number 14, Brady Patterson.
We're going to call that an E4 on the play. And again, I'm not the official scorer. That's just my interpretation of it. And looked like that was a makeable play down at second that they were unable to convert. Here, Brady Patterson, 0 for 1 on the day. He's flown out, and then he drew a walk, and he was one of those Black Tornado hitters, runners that got caught in a pickle. Here, it's 1-1. Patterson throws right-handed, but bats left-handed. That pitch inside. He's a versatile player. That he's playing behind the plate today, but he's also a guy that you can put over at third base, suggesting the strength of his arm and his athleticism, and he'll play some outfield too. 2-1 with 2 down and a runner at first. Pitch way outside. Davison doing a good job of collecting that. Three and 1 after the pitch. So the Black Tornado with 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors. 1 error now for the Titans. And here, Patterson makes his way down to first on the walk. Now we've got runners at first and second, so Patterson drawing his second walk of the day. First and second, 2 out. Quincy Ballard looking to live up to the title of his spot in the order, the cleanup hitter. He has ducks on the pond here, and ahead 1-0. Bat on his shoulders. McDonald sets. Now a throw over to second. That one almost got away. It's 1-0 count with 2 gone. Runners at first and second. Ballard lashes that one foul. We got a 1-1 count. Nice little breeze blowing in on one of the warmer days we've had this month. Wind blowing in from the southeast. There's a strike. Umpire ruling that it caught the outside portion of the plate. Some of the crowd saying, well, I'm not so sure about that. But it's 1-2, regardless of what we think. So Ballard, bat held high. Just gets a piece of it. It's 1-2 with 2 out. Should he get aboard, Cade Pedersen is on deck. McDonald. Pitch up high. We have an even count at 2-2. Little plane flying overhead. We're just a tiny little ways down the road from the Jackson County Airport. Yeah, we got a full count at 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch from McDonald. Pitch outside, and that'll load him up.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Cade Patterson.
So Ballard down to first, and now the base is loaded.
Courtesy runner at first for the Black Tornado, number 17, Jackson Dalton.
Okay, and now we got an ID on 17, which is not on the OSA roster, but we just heard that Dean is the pinch runner, the courtesy runner. Ball popped up in the air. Davison, the catcher. And this one going to end up behind us out in the parking lot. McDonald sets, fires, pitch, and they're going to throw that back to third. That gets away from the third baseman, Sotero, and that gets away from him, but Kenny there to keep everything in check. We got a 1-1 count now. Pedersen. Hit an RBI triple. Well, he hit a triple. And then struck out. So he's 1 for 2 today. And they're a swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. It's a 6-0 ball game. We'll be back with the top of the fifth right after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Leading off the top of the fifth inning for West Salem, center fielder number 7, Andrew Blair.
Andrew Blair will lead things off for the Titans. Here in the top of the fifth inning. And I can just tell by the build of the player, we've got a man on in relief. Looking here like we've got Quincy Ballard into the game. Ballard And here 1-2. So North Medford going with another left-hander. Blair drew a walk in his first at bat. Here, though, snaring it. Good reaction there. Ballard got his cap spun there.
Now batting the right fielder, number 10, Ryan Laro.
So Blair lines out to the top of the order. Ryan Laro, who has struck out twice today against Pedersen. He's going to try his fortunes now against the reliever Quincy Ballard, who started the game at first base. Bouncing ball down to third. Thompson, throw, and that one off target. Good hustle play there, but Laro gets a board on it nonetheless, as that'll go down as an E5. Here's Davison. He's walked and struck out. The Black Tornado pitching staff keeping the Titans intact. Just 2 hits on the day. Ball hit in the air over to right field. And then that ends up falling in. So Davison is aboard. And they'll rule that one an error against North Medford. So a couple of defensive mishaps give the Titans runners at first and second, 1 gone. Here's Dallin McDonald, today's starting pitcher for West Salem. Ballard. He's going to throw back to second. Runner gets back in plenty of time. Laro, the lead runner over at second base. Swing and a miss by McDonald. Pitch for a strike.
Now batting the first base.
And Ballard gets his first strikeout of the game as he retires McDonald. Wyatt Williams now the hitter. Ballard starts him out with a strike. Throw back to second. Throw not in time. Ballard working a little pitching artistry here as he paints the corner to make it 0-2. Here, Black Tornado faithful lobbying for a strike here, but it stands at 1-2. Williams hits it foul in the direction of his team's dugout. It'll stay at 1-2. Ballard goes off speed. Called for a ball. And there, a foul tip for strike 3, and that'll do it.
For West Salem in the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits. 2 Black Tornado errors.
No runs, no hits, 2 Black Tornado errors. We will go to the bottom of the 5th with North Medford Black Tornado 6. The West Salem Titans, nothing. We'll be back after these messages on Table Rock Sports.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning...
Go to the bottom of the 5th. Getting set to stand in will be Reese Thompson. He'll be followed by Colston Stoller and Connor Roush.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Black Tornado, the third baseman, number 11, Reese Thompson.
Thompson, the hitter, bat held high, hands up around the ears. And here, nice little drive, and there, coming in, making the catch. Nice play there defensively.
Now batting the left field.
That was Andrew Blair making the catch, and there's one gone. That looked like that might fall in. But Blair getting there in plenty of time. Stoller the hitter now. Bouncing ball down to third. Throw across the infield. And he manages to keep a foot on the bag. There, a good play by the first baseman Williams. So 2 quick outs. Connor Roush struck out and flied out. That one way inside, up high and tight. Don't think that was an intentional, but in the major leagues, they call that a little bit of chin music. Sometimes you just intend to go inside, and you need to go inside as a pitcher, and sometimes it just gets away from you a little bit. 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. McDonald's been a battler today. Pitch fouled back to the screen. Roush stays alive with the 2-2 count. McDonald once again going inside. Payoff pitch. And Roush will draw the base on ball.
Now batting the second baseman, Bryson Scheid.
So Roush gets aboard with 2 out. Scheid, the hitter. He had an RBI double in his first at-bat, scored a run. Then he scored again after drawing a walk in his second. So he's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. It's been a good day for him. Looks like he might have a little speck of dust in there. The breeze has been kicking up pretty good, and they settled the dust before all this started, but things dry up pretty quickly around here, and here Scheid swings and misses 0-1. McDonald from the stretch. Scheid hits that one foul. We're at 0-2. McDonald comes to the plate. That one right up the middle. Bouncing ball. Shortstop has trouble with it. Just kind of a bouncing ball. Took a little bit of a wicked hop there on Kenny. That'll go down as an E6 on the play. And here's Benny Morgan. Morgan with a pair of runners now he could drive home. Morgan is flown out, grounded out. Throw over to second. Ball ends up out on the field near the bullpen for the Titans. Call time and get rid of that, and now back to action. There's a strike from McDonald. One count. 2 aboard. 2 gone. Inside on the pitch. It's a 2-1 count. Outside, 3-1. One more ball here. Morgan could end up loading him up. Here's the pitch. Ball hit in the air to right field. Hangs up in the air for a while, and taking a circuitous route to the ball, Ryan Laro closes the glove on it, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's North Medford 6, West Salem nothing. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Jackson Olson will lead things off for West Salem here. Now we've got an 0-2 count. Ballard in his second inning of relief. Cade Pedersen starting out the day. Fouled away, it's 0-2. Olson grounded out in the first, grounded into a double play in the third. Looks out of the ball as it goes 1-2. Swing and a miss. So the leadoff hitter retired here in the sixth inning. Jack Hansen, the hitter. He struck out but got a board on an errant pitch and then struck out on the day. Hansen gets ahead of the pitcher Ballard. Pours this one in for a strike. Ballard looking sighted in here, and he's got the advantage at 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3.
These are moments where you say, like, are you sure this guy's a freshman? Check the birth certificate. No. He's legit. And he's a legit guy that's matured in the game early. Which makes you wonder what's ahead in terms of this young man's career. Here, a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Tommy Kenny. 1 for 2. Singled and struck out. Swing and a miss.
We're West Salem in the top of the 6th. 3 up and 3 down.
Ballard strikes out the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-0 ball game. North Medford over West Salem. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Table Rock Sports.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Super.
Relief pitcher in the game for West Salem. Coming in and pitching, senior right-hander Landon Ballweber. Big fella coming in relief of Dallin McDonald. McDonald gave up 6 runs on 6 hits. There are also a couple errors committed, so I cannot speak to statistically how many of those runs may have been unearned, but McDonald doing a nice job of hanging tough in this ball game, and no doubt by this point has exceeded his pitch count for the day. And so Ball Weber will come in, and he'll start out by going to work against the North Medford center fielder, Braden Poff. Poff, infield single, stole a base, also got aboard on an error, and grounded out. 1 for 3 on the day. See what kind of greeting he gives the reliever. Curveball in for a strike. Ball Weber gets ahead 1-0. 0-1, I should say. This one off the plate as the count goes 1-1. There's a strike right down Broadway from Ball Weber. And it's 1-2. Poff the hitter with Patterson on deck. Pitch off target. It's 2-2. That one popped up to shortstop. Kenny there to make the play. And there's one away.
Now batting the catcher, number 14, Brady Patterson.
Brady Patterson. He's walked twice today and flown out. Patterson makes contact there, and that's going to end up going through the infield and to right for the base hit.
Now batting the pitcher, number 8, Quincy Ballard.
Quincy Ballard, the pitcher. Opportunity to help his cause here. He's been on in relief of Cade Pedersen. Ballard shows bunt. Patterson's going to take off. And he makes it in time. Crime pays for Brady Patterson. He gets the stolen base. Ballard here ahead in the count, 1-0. That pitch looped in for a ball. It's 2-0. That one down and in. Davison has to dance to keep it in front of him. Does a good job of doing that. Now it's 3-0. Down the middle. Called strike one, 3-1. Here's the pitch, and Ballard will take a walk.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Cade Patterson.
So now we got runners at first and second. Of course, Patterson already at second after the stolen base. Cade Pedersen hit a triple and scored. Jackson Dalton now will come in as the courtesy runner for Ballard. Ball hacked foul. The count 0-1. One gone in the inning. Ballweber comes to the plate. Pedersen fouls that one off. After coming out as a pitcher, basically, really, it was just a matter of him and Ballard switching positions. Pitch fouled off. Remains an 0-2 count. Up and in, 1-2. Definitely can tell a different velocity rate from Ballweber coming on in relief of McDonald, and that can really mess with a hitter's timing, and that's really what it's all about. Hitting's all about timing. Pitching's about messing up that timing. 2-2 count. We have some Titan fans in the house this afternoon and making their feelings known. They thought that was a strike. Bouncing ball hit to first. Williams steps on the bag. So now we've got Reese Thompson. Thompson drew a walk and scored in the second. It's flowing out in the game. One 0 pitch on the way. Nicked foul and goes back to the screen. Pitch outside for a ball. Runners at second and third. 2 out. Ballweber from the stretch. Pitch misses, and that'll bring up a 3-1 count. The strike will run the count full at 3-2. Ballweber, big fella, getting set to deliver the payoff pitch. And he got him. Called strike 3. And that will retire the side. We'll go to the top of the 7th. The North Medford Black Tornado, 6. The West Salem Titans, 0. We'll have one more opportunity to remedy that, and that'll follow these messages here on TableRockSports.net.
123 right now at Abby's. Abby's BLT celebration is on. 1. Grab a large for under $20. 2. Go giant and get 50% more pizza. 3. Sauce it up with our new signature sauces. Now that's legendary. Our BLT pizza is loaded with 2 kinds of bacon, fresh lettuce, juicy tomatoes, and real cheese. All on our hand-rolled dough. Celebrate birthdays, graduations, and sports parties for less with our BLT. It's as easy as ABC. Order now at abbys.com.
Luxurious Karastan flooring. The flooring you need to live beautifully.
With the National Karastan Month Style Meets Savings event, get the lowest prices of the year on all luxurious Karastan flooring and save up to $1,000 or more. Plus, ask about special no-interest financing. Elevate your home during National Karastan Month Savings with Style, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
Top of the seventh, Quincy Ballard, who came on in relief of Cade Pedersen, continues on the mound. And he struck out the side in the last frame and continues throwing darts. This one hit in the air in foul territory, hanging up, and it's quite windy here. Thompson ends up making the play, and there's one gone. That was Sotelo, the hitter.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for West Salem, number 23, Leighton Bogues.
Leighton Bogues will come in and as the pinch hitter on to take Blair's spot in the order. Pitch down on the dirt, it's 3-0. Voves, wearing number 23, right-handed hitter. A senior infielder. And that'll get away from the catcher and down to first. Voves will go. So with one gone in the inning.
Now batting the right fielder, number 10, Ryan Laro.
Opportunity for Laro to try to maybe get something started here late for West Salem. Discussion here between Coach Blair and the first base umpire. And now he's awarded second base. Well, you got to give a tip of the cap to Blair. He saw something there. And that would advance the runner. Now, of course, that's going to bring Coach Wolf as the chess match continues. For Wolf, not much of a protest there, if anything. Let's get the scoreboard up to date. How about that? So it's 1-0 the count. And now, Black Tornado assistant emerges from the dugout. Going to talk things over with Ballard. You're like, okay, yeah, we got a runner at second here. And here's where the play's going to be if he hits it over here. And yeah, Quincy, how you feeling? Feeling all right? Yeah, okay. Probably roughly going something like that. Or not. But the conference will break up. 1-0 count to Laro. Outside from Ballard, and it goes 2-0. 6-0 ball game. Throw back to second. Runner Voves back in plenty of time. Strike from Ballard as the count goes 2-1. Swing and a miss. Ryan Laro struck out twice, got a board on an error. And after that pitch, it's full at 3-2. Swing and a miss. That'll take care of Laro.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Jaden Davison.
And Jaden Davison, the Titans now down to their last out. Here's the pitch. That one hit in the air, hit in the gap, but that's going to fall in for a base hit. Voves comes home and scores. It's a 6-1 ball game. So Jaden Davison, RBI single. Dallin McDonald, the hitter. Ballard will start him out with a strike. So there's 2 gone in the inning, but the shutout is now gone. Still, nonetheless, Black Tornado can feel good about the fact that thus far they've held there. And there's a play. They're throw over to first. They get him off the bag, and he's gone.
Your final score is
so that will wrap this one up. The North Medford Black Tornado win their 15th game of the season. A 6-1 decision against the West Salem Titans. So nice ending to Senior Day, Senior Recognition Day. Colston Stoller, Benny Morgan, and Connor Roush recognized for their contributions to Black Tornado baseball over these years. And we got a chance to capture it for you. Well, to wrap up things from here, we thank you for joining us. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. For my cameraman, Dan Hartwell, I'm Jim McCoy saying thank you for joining us and have a good night.